Let's move into round number 2. We are almost done. This is going to be about, I don't know, maybe a 3-hour podcast, Ricky. Take us through.
I told you at the beginning this is going to be a 3-hour podcast.
Take us through round number 2.
Well, I got to get to my round number 2. Starting off at number 31, the Suns going with Shake Milton. Then the Grizzlies going with Isaac Bonga at 32. 33, Jared Vanderbilt going to the Mavs. 34, DeAndre Melton going to the Hawks. 35, the Magic then taking Anthony Simmons. The Knicks at 36 via the Bulls because we gave them that pick in the D Rose trade. Going with Javon Carter. Kings at 37 going with Sean's boy, Hamidou who?
Oh, Diallo.
I wanted you to say it like you usually do. Then
just go.
At 38,
30 picks.
Here's another trade. At 38, this was when the Hawks took 38 and 39 from the 76ers for 30. They're going to go with Landry Shamet and Eli Okubo. Then at 40, the Nets go with Mo Wagner. The Magic at 41 going with Bruce Brown. Then at 42, the Pistons go with Josh Okogie. Then at 43, the Nuggets via the Clippers go with Raleigh Alkins. Then at 44, the Wizards go with Amari Spellman. Then the Nets again at 45 going with my boy Chemezi Matu. Then the Clippers, this is another trade. Clippers are gonna give the Rockets a future second and take the 46th pick for Trayvon Duval. Then Tony Carr going to the LA Lakers at 47. Gary Clark to the T-Wolves at 48. Spurs going Jerome Robinson at 49. Vince Edwards going to the Pacers at 50. Pelicans going Brandon McCoy at 51. 52, the Jazz, or this will be the Nuggets, I think, go with Malik Newman. 53, the Thunder then go Justin Jackson. The Mavs at 54 going with Devontae Graham. Hornets going with Kendrick Williams at 55. Warriors going to give cash to the 76ers to get the 56th pick in Ray Spalding. Then Bonzi Colson going to the Thunder at 57. Alonzo Trier to the Nuggets at 58. Goga Bitadze at 59 to the Suns. And then Arnaldus Kobolka to the Suns at 60.
Guten Tag. There you go. All right, Dave.
I tried.
Wonderful run.
Good luck.
I have 30 names. I'm gonna
fuck
hold my breath.
I feel like I need a drink of water, Dave.
It's gonna be bad. My throat's going to kill me. Number 31, I got the Magic via the Suns going Josh Okogie. Number 32, Grizzlies going DeAnthony Melton out of USC. 33, the Mavs taking Grayson Allen out of Duke, of course. 34, the Hawks taking Landry Shamet. Number 35, I got the Suns via the Magic going Goga Bitadze. Sorry, names are going to kill me. But it's going to happen anyway. Number 36, the Knicks taking Shake Milton out of SMU. 37, the Kings going Brandon McCoy. 38, the Sixers taking Bruce Brown, and following that, pick up with number 39 and Isaac Bonga. 40, Nets going Omari Spellman. 41, the Magic are taking Mo Wagner. 42, the Pistons taking Jared Vanderbilt. 43, the Nuggets taking Greg Hughes out of Dixie State. 44, the Wizards taking Gary Clark out of Cincinnati. 45, the Nets via the Bucks taking Dubravka Cvijica, guard international out of Croatia. 46, the Rockets going Gary Trent Jr. 47, Lakers taking Javon Carter. 48, the Timberwolves taking Malik Newman. 49, the Spurs taking Rodions Kurucs. 50, the Pacers taking Raleigh Atkins. 51, the Pelicans, I can't read, taking Trayvon Duval. 52, the Jazz taking Keith Jennings out of ETSU. 53, the Thunder taking Alonzo Trier. 54, the Mavs going Ray Spalding. 55, the Hornets going Malik Newman. 56, 76ers going Hamidou. Remember when we had a mock to the first, and our first overall?
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Good times.
First round.
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
1.0 we had him going.
Yep. 57, the Thunder going Chemezi Matu. 58, the Nuggets going Kevin Hervey. 59, the Suns going Jerome Robinson. Number 60, Justin Jackson.
Not the Justin Jackson from last year, the one from Maryland.
Different one.
Who got injured.
All right, and now we have round 2 for Sean. Yeah, you better fucking apologize.
Yep.
Round number 2 for me, Sean. Nuggets via the Suns, and that was the trade that sent the 14th pick to the Suns, and then the Nuggets received the 16th and 31st pick. They end up taking Brandon McCoy from UNLV. Then at 33, Chandler Hutchinson. This was via the Orlando receives the 32nd pick from Memphis. They receive the 35th pick from, Memphis receives 35th and 41st from Orlando for the 32nd. Orlando with that pick takes Chandler Hutchison from Boise State. Then at 34, Mavericks taking Dante DiVincenzo. Then at 35, the Hawks taking Radonis Kurucs from International. He's from FC Barcelona, I believe. And Grizzlies taking Jalen Brunson from Villanova, and that again is in the Orlando-Memphis swap with the 2 picks. Then at 37, the Knicks taking Grayson Allen, the guard out of Duke. Then at 38, the Kings taking Josh Okogie from Georgia Tech. Then at 39 and 40, Landry Shamet and Hamidou Diallo go to the Cavs, and that was in the Sixers Cavs swap where the Sixers went to 8 and the Cavs got 10 and 38 and 39. And the Blazers, via the Nets, that was in the 4-team trade monster. The Blazers take Javon Carter, my Malcolm Brogdon Award winner of the year. Then the Grizzlies, via the Magic, again, that is in the trade mentioned earlier, they take Gary Trent Jr., the guard out of Duke. Then at 43, the Pistons take Devontae Graham, the guard out of Kansas. Then the Nuggets, via the Clippers, take Kyrie Thomas, the guard out of Creighton. And at 45, the Wizards taking Jared Vanderbilt from Kentucky. 46, Justin Jackson from Maryland go to the Pelicans. 47, the Rockets take Redon. Oh, no, I have a double.
Sean,
son of a bitch.
Non-professional.
We're going to flip that to the Rockets at 47, taking Arnaldus Kobolka. There we go. We'll make that switch there. Then at 48, the Wizards taking Jerome Robinson. It would have happened. We have 60 players, and then combined we have 180 players total. So one.
I'm
mess
surprised
up,
it took this long.
I know, one mess up isn't too bad. Then Jerome Robinson, Boston College, going to the Wizards. Timberwolves taking Bruce Brown. Then William McDowell White, Aussie guard, goes to the 76ers at 50. Pacers taking Kevin Hervey from University of Texas at Arlington. Then the Pelicans take Gary Clark out of Cincinnati. Then the Jazz take Chimezie Metu out of USC. Then Riley Alkins goes to the Thunder from Arizona. Then the Mavericks take Vincent Edwards out of Purdue. Then the Hornets take Billy Preston from the United States of America. Then the Spurs take Isaac Bonga, and they get that in a trade with the 76ers. The Sixers and the Spurs swapped 49, the 49th pick from the Spurs, and the Spurs end up picking up 60 and 56. And the Thunder take Alonzo Trier, the guard out of Arizona. Nuggets take Trayvon Duval from Duke. Then the Suns take Svi Mikhailuk from Kansas. And then the Spurs round it up at number 60 with Yuta Watanabe from George Washington. And if I screwed that up, I apologize, Ricky. You were the main professional, so congratulations for not screwing up.
I try.
And after 10 minutes of saying names into the void, let's talk about some of these guys. And Ricky, we're going to start with you. We're going to congratulate you. You want to talk about two guards, Javon Carter and Tony Carr. What stands out about these two guys?
Well, I mean, for me, the first one's Javon Carter, where basically everything that we've said about any other team is not true with Javon Carter. Usually it's, man, his offense is great, but if he could develop a defensive game. This is one where it's like, yeah, he's got offense. It's not like he doesn't have any at all, but it's like coming in, it's like, oh, the thing that this guy does defensively is his big bread and butter. And it's how much can you expect him to contribute to a team offensively. And the good thing, though, with the Knicks is they could use a guy, grit and grind kind of a guy, for David Fizdale, and offensively he can hopefully develop him. If not, they've got Tim Hardaway Jr., who could be the offense.
One thing that I want to mention, though, is Tim Hardaway Jr. being the offense. What?
Well, yeah, I just mentioned someone on their team.
But the one thing I just worry about is you look at the guards, Javon Carter and Frank Ntilikina. That seems like a little bit of a logjam there. Talk about two defensive guards right there. I don't know if they're going to be able to move the ball.
Well, and it's also, you're not going to play those two at the same time. They do have Emmanuel Mudiay.
And Trey Burke.
It could also be one of those where maybe they have one or the other. And getting Kevin Knox earlier, he's going to be in the starting lineup for sure.
Yeah. But Dave, what are your thoughts on Javon Carter? Because I mentioned him. I think he's going to be Malcolm Brogdon Award winner. I think he's a good enough three-point shooter, and especially playing behind, in my case, CJ and Dame. He won't need to really focus on that offense. And when they need a sub, when CJ needs a break, when Dame needs a break, they're going to bring a ton of defense in with Javon Carter, and he's at least a decent enough shooter from the outside to be a respectable player. And I think in the playoffs, it's really going to shine. What do you think about Javon Carter? Where do you have him going, and how do you think he fits into the NBA?
No, I definitely like Javon Carter. I'm surprised in mine. Like, when I was writing it up, he kind of fell in mine further than I expected him to, but then I liked the fit I had, so I left him. I had him going to the Lakers at 47. I think you're exactly right with expectations. He's someone who can come in right away and contribute off the bench. He's not someone who is necessarily going to be capped at those like, oh, well, you'll see a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. No, he's someone who can put in like 15 minutes a game pretty comfortably. And I think that that's honestly, like, for a second-round pick, the value of knowing you can get a quality backup and a hit on that from a player who has been playing in college for years, someone who is much more experienced. Yeah, that's why he's there, is because the upside, the top end, maybe not be there. But, like, you're getting somebody who can come up and contribute right away. And I think that the Lakers, from my end, are a team who went, oh, we like Josh Hart because he's contributed multiple years. We like Kyle Kuzma, multiple-year college player. Keep going. Keep going.
Stay in the same range and go get Javon Carr. Makes sense. Ricky, the other guy you want to talk about, a guy who did contribute a lot, Tony Carr from Penn State. Where do you have him going? Why do you like him in the NBA?
Yeah, he's just one that I can't wait to see where he goes for sure. But for me, I had him fitting in right with the Lakers because they're a team that, yeah, they've got Lonzo Ball. Yeah, they've got Kuzma. But when it comes to backup point guard, it'd be good to have someone that, hey, you know what? The pressure's not going to be all on you. That's on Lonzo, year 2. But he's a guy that can shoot from 40+% from 3. He's a guy that, yeah, with about 2.3 turnovers, might have been a little bit too much in college, but he's a guy that will go get you the rebound. He'll shoot from 3. He'll even pass the ball, although his passing probably isn't as good as Alonzo Ball. But I can't wait to see where he goes because even though he plays the 1, he's going to chase the ball down, shoot from 3, kind of do more things for this team, but won't be as defensively sound as Javon Carter we just talked about.
He's got nice size. That's really the only thing
6'4", 198.
That's the only thing I really
200.
like about Tony Carr. I don't think he's going to be able to make the shots he was making at Penn State. I don't think he's going to be the same scorer he was in the NBA. And I don't think defensively he's going to be that good.
Depends on the coach he works with.
I don't know. Tony Carr is not a guy that I have in my draft
screams
at all.
G League.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a G League guy. Maybe he works his way up. I'm not saying he can't make it in the NBA. I can't make it in the NBA, so I can't tell another guy
I can't make G League.
No. So I mean,
I couldn't even get on the college roster.
This is a thing we're looking at him. I don't know if he's really going to be a guy that really stands out and ends up making a name in the NBA. But hey, Tony Carr, we'll see again. Like you mentioned, if he hits the right system, going to be interesting. Dave, I want to go to you. You have one of the Duke guys, Gary Trent Jr. Absolutely went off in the combine. Insane. Moved up draft boards. I had him at 42. I feel even dirty having him that low.
Right.
I mean, Gary Trent Jr.
Am
was
I the guy who had
phenomenal.
him the highest? Am I the only one that had him in the first round?
I think so.
Yeah.
But Gary Trent Jr. That's why we're talking about in the second round. But Gary Trent Jr. was a really efficient player at Duke. 40% from 3, 87% from the line. He showed that he can be a scorer. What do you like about him?
I love his size plus his shooting ability. He is a guy who is 6'6", good size. The problem is that he doesn't really use that defensively. Offensively, he's a reluctant shooter, and that's what kills me. Is like if he had a more commanding presence on that team, he could do dirty things. And I just don't know if it's a personality or a basketball IQ thing, or maybe it was just on that Duke team, his role was stand out by the 3-point line and take shots. But I think for a player of his size and his athleticism, he could be he has a high upside. Defensively, he is terrible though. Yeah. And that's sort of why I've got him going so far down. I think that there's always a need for 3-point shooting. He can do that. The problem is, how much time does he have to be on the floor? How long until you get him to a point where he's not a net negative being out there because he can't play defense at an NBA level because he couldn't play it at a college level?
Well, and I think the one thing, too, with Gary Trent Jr. is and the reason why I have him going to the Grizzlies is because I have him going with Jalen Brunson. So Jalen Brunson and Gary Trent Jr. behind Mike Conley, it's going to hide some of his flaws. I think that's going to be the biggest thing is if you hide his flaws, I think he's really going to be able to shine. Yeah. He's going to take time to grow. He's 19. He's a young kid. Yep. So I think it's one thing where, again, he was on a Duke team where he needed to be better. We thought so much of, obviously Marvin Bagley who took the reins and went after it, but Gary Trent Jr., he might be a slow burner and a guy that really develops late in his career. And at 41, where I have the Grizzlies taking him, I think it's an absolute steal right there. And I really like Gary Trent. Had a really nice performance at the Combine. It's going to be interesting to see. And the one thing I want to mention is, like, people are like, I don't have Malik Newman at all in my draft.
We've gotten some comments about him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I remember you and I did a segment on the Primetime podcast, and I really shut it down because I don't think he's going to be that great. You look at the numbers that Gary Trent put up, and you look at the numbers that Malik Newman put up, you're like, what's the difference? But the difference is age And the other difference that I think stands out is size. 6'6". He's an NBA guy. He's got the body to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
Malik Newman's 6'3". I think that's something that's really going to hold him back. So I think the biggest thing with Gary Trent, young, 6'6". He's got the body. Let's see what he can do on an NBA offense. Another guy you want to talk about, though, I have him going to the Spurs as a drafting stash, but Isaac Bonga, we've talked about him before.
Yep.
An impressive kid. What do you like about him translating into the NBA?
Great size, good all-around ability. He's 6'9" with like a 7-something wingspan. It's not been officially measured, which is kind of annoying. But the point is, he is a big who can ball handle. Everybody's looking for next Giannis, next Ben Simmons, next point forward, guy who can really just do everything you need to. Obviously, his shooting needs to come a long way. He's grown a little bit. He's been playing professional basketball for a couple of years now. On the upside, we've seen him grow every year. Downside, it's almost like confirmed, like his shot is not going to get much better from the 3-point line. Like he could top out at like a 34% kind of guy. But that being said, he's still a 6'9" primary ball handler who has good court vision, who could be, a potential good play. Like I know Magic had like hopes of like was that window like a year ago. Like, oh, he's got the size, he's got decent handles, like maybe we can do something with him. Everyone's going to try to take a stab at a player like that. And with Isaac Bonga, you get a player who you can keep him overseas, let him sit there, simmer, hopefully continue to grow and get better, and then bring him over when you're ready and when he's ready. It's not somebody who needs to deliver day one.
Well, and one guy that kind of fits that mold that I want to talk about, Cavs at 39, one of the picks they pick up from the 76ers, guy that's going to need time to develop, and maybe it's a ton of a reach. Probably shouldn't even be a pick really in this draft. Amadou Diallo.
Amadou.
We all had him. We all have him in there.
Yep.
But he can't play basketball. But he's a freak athlete.
Yep.
Had one of the best combines last year. He came in, had a little bit worse of a combine. But, I mean, let's talk about Amadou. We didn't see much from him in Kentucky, but he's still in the second round.
He screams King's pick to me, and that's why I had
Why
him.
is that?
Because that's what they do. They draft guys who either people are low on and need a lot of development, or guys where it's like, wait, did they just draft Harry Giles? Did they know he blew out knees in college? Like, this is what
I
they
think that
do.
one's going to work out for him.
Like, it works out, but they also make moves of, wait, did they just take Papa? Who? Who did they? Like, this is what they do. They go, you know what? Yeah, he needs to develop. Yeah, he needs this. Who cares? We like him. We take him. That's why, to me, they like Amadou. Screams a King's pick to me.
My thing is with the Cavs is you're taking Landry at the pick before him, and then you're taking Amadou. I mean, you're taking a guy in Landry who's going to be able to produce right away. Amadou's going to sit on your bench for a while, but we saw them do that. I mean, they sat on CD for a while. They sat on they sat on Zizic for a while too. I mean, they have young players that they can develop, and I think they're going to try that with Amadou. I think it's really just what team has the balls to take him, because I mean he's going to take a while to go and to develop. So it's going to be interesting to see what Amadou Diallo ends up doing. He's got a nice wingspan. He's got a lot of athleticism, but he can't play basketball. So it's going to take a lot of time in the G League to get him up to become a basketball player. So it's going to be super interesting to see how he develops.
It's funny because he still put up double-digit points majority of the games. He's a good slasher. Like he is quick enough, athletic enough to get to the cup, but
he can dunk.
He can dunk. He needs to get his shot better though. I mean, it screams potential. It's just like you think if you can get one of those guys who is like a shot whisperer to come in and work with him for a couple off seasons, he could be a legitimate, wing out there because he's got the size, he's got the frame. That's
why the 76ers have maybe not because of Fultz, but Embiid. Maybe if they have the ability with those 6 picks, maybe they take him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a sleeper. Or maybe the Rockets at 47 or 446. Sorry, my sheet's messed up. It's always one behind. But 46, they could possibly take a shot at him.
And that's the thing I wonder. And I kind of like played into it with my mock draft was. The Rockets, will they be a team that goes, no, we don't need a second. We're going to try to move this and get a future second.
Maybe.
Pardon me. And then like another team, like the Warriors, I'm getting choked up all this talking for this one.
How many did you have this guy?
But like I did the same exact thing they did last year. Jordan Bell, a guy who had great minutes for him for a second rounder in
phenomenal.
the finals. Like, why not do, like, could they be a team that does it again where, like, screw it, we'll throw cash at the 76ers to take one of their seconds and get a guy that we really want? Like, what kind of moves there are we going to see? Or, like, could we see a Pistons team that goes, well, we couldn't get into the first, let's see if we can do something to get another pick in the second so that we're not just left with one. Like, what kind of move? This is the second round.
Really
we always see moves, but it's like, how many moves are we going to see in the second round, and what playoff teams are going to do?
I think the average, or my guess for the second round is there will be 11 moves.
Okay.
11 moves made in that second round.
I end up having, one,
I wasn't going to count it for myself.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
I got lazy after the first round.
I see more happening, but it's just like, I mean, not lazy, but it's just like, what teams are really going to attack? How do teams really think about the second round? How do they evaluate? Like, the second round is going to be tough. It's just really what players
I spent more time
on
my second than my first.
So did I.
That's the thing.
So did I, but I mean, it's like you got to perfectly craft it. Because we also haven't done a second rounder.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is our first second.
Yeah, we've been doing all first rounders. The other guy I want to talk about is Billy Preston. He ends up going to the Hornets at 55. This is a kid that was supposed to go to Kansas. I think he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. And then he left Kansas, then went overseas, had some back injuries, and he's come over. But he's a guy that's got comes in with 6'10 and a half with shoes on, 7'2 wingspan. He's got a shot from the outside. Freak of nature, freak athlete. Really, it's a question about his mentality and also a question about his health. But he's a guy that at 55 for the Hornets could really make some noise. He could be a possible stretch 4. He could be a 3. I don't really know where he is, but he's going to be a 3 or 4, and he's got the athleticism, and he's got a pretty decent shot, and he can attack the rim. So this is a guy that is very interesting. You got to watch out if you are an NBA team, if you are an NBA fan. I want to shout out my boy Negro Damas, who keeps sending me videos on Twitter of Billy Preston working out. So watch out for Billy Preston. I think the Hornets need some of that athleticism, need some of that punch in their lineup. They really don't have that right now. And I think getting a guy like Billy Preston could possibly bring that to their team.
One guy, and I know that one of our patrons, Matt, is going to like this one, but to watch out for, 6'8" small forward from Purdue, Vince Edwards. It's where is he going to fall in the second round? Can he shoot as well as he did from 3? It was a 39 clip, almost 40 clip from beyond the arc. And what kind of a team takes a grab at him? Because he's a guy that averaged 7 boards and, like I said, almost 40% from beyond the arc. And that's something that NBA teams might want to take a look at in the second round.
Yeah, for me, I've personally, like, my one weird guy that kind of stands out is Keith Jennings going late, but he's an undersized guard, incredible shooter, though, from a small school. So I personally am just like, if there's an outside shot of somebody like Isaiah Thomas story, that's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that at the second round, you're always going to have some of these great stories like come out and cultivate.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you said. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention. Let's recap. Let's go through. What shocked you? What surprised you?
About the whole thing?
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
What was the worst trade? What was the best trade?
The four team trade was a bit yikes, but when you unraveled it, I think my only concern. Well, no. I had many concerns. About that 4-team trade. I think the adding Hassan Whiteside kind of clogs up the Bucks quite a bit. I think that
Thon Maker is an NBA player.
Yeah.
And John Henson isn't an NBA starter.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, like, they almost looked best out there when they had Giannis playing the 5 on defense.
That's true.
Like, him at the 5 worked for bits. Obviously, they need help, but the 4-team trade was spicy. I'll give you credit because that was a lot of work to try to tie all those ends together, and it did provide solutions for every team. So I want to give you credit for that one.
Nice.
I think my big two biggest what the fuck moments are both from Sean's draft as well.
Oh wow!
Is
Lonnie? I would have known, I would have hit him up. I got plenty for Ricky.
Lonnie Walker. Well, yeah, I'm expecting it, but like Lonnie Walker to me, like should be higher than you had him, at least top 20.
I laid that out. He's 24.
I know you laid it out, but like
he's 24. He doesn't fit the teams before him to take cards.
And I was like, that one shocked me.
So look at my draft and where is he going?
Also,
look at my draft and where should he be going?
With me, I have him go to the Nuggets.
Okay, but I don't think he fits the Nuggets because I don't think they need a ball-dominant point guard that's going to take away from the shooters they have on the outside.
He could also play the 2. He's not just a point guard. I don't think he
can play the 2.
He can play the 2 as well.
I don't think he's a 2 because he can't shoot the damn
ball. If the Bucks didn't trade, could they take him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not that I'm arguing. It's just it shocked me. Also, having Kyrie Thomas in the second round kind of made me go, what?
I don't like him. I
You
know
don't like
you love
Kyrie
him.
Thomas. You don't like Eli Okabo.
Well, it's not that I don't like Eli.
I don't
though.
like
I
Kyrie
just think
Thomas.
he's going to be
You
in
put
the
him in the
second round.
mid-second round, and I've got him like late lotto.
It's not that I
not
don't
late lotto,
like
but
him, it's
late
just-
teens.
I just don't like Kyrie Thomas. I don't think he brings that much offensively, not that much. He's just a guy with a long wingspan. That's it. Ooh, big deal. I don't
People
think
fall
he's
in love with
3
that.
and D.
deal much. Well, let's talk about one final thing. I get 3 and D, but he's
trend
not
of
that
this
good of
year.
a 3.
Especially a team like the Wolves, I don't think they're going to pass him up.
Well, I think the Wolves would go with a guy in Bruce Brown who's more of a 3 and D player. I think another guy.
But Bruce Brown's not watching
is-
anybody's first
is-
anymore.
No, that's why he's in second, and then Melvin Frazier, who's more of a 3 and D player.
Okay.
So that's why the T-Wolves would go with that. Two guys I want to talk about that we didn't bring up: Kostas Antetokounmpo, Giannis'
Yep.
brother.
Yeah, I didn't
and
know if I should put him in the
Lonzo's
second
brother,
round.
LiAngelo.
Yeah,
Are they gonna, who's getting taken? If anyone's getting taken out of it, is it going to be Giannis' brother or is it going to be Lonzo's brother?
Giannis.
Giannis's brother, on the hopes that in like a couple of years, Giannis wants to play with his brother.
Maybe.
And the thing that like worried me the most is most of the things I was hearing about the LiAngelo workout from like all the different sources is it's like you looked at LiAngelo after that workout and it's like he looked like a guy that just got done playing on your team at the Y. Like that's how bad it kind of looked. Like he just looked tired at the end of it. Didn't
I mean, he
really
really
look like
gave
an
it his
NBA
all.
player.
He tried.
He just
I
didn't
mean-
look like an NBA player, is what they're saying.
I don't know. I think he still gets a look in the offseason from the Lakers.
He'll get an undrafted
Yeah,
look and be on
undrafted
a
look.
summer league.
I think the craziest thing looking back on it is the fact that not only are we going to set records for most trades in the first round, we're going to do it in the first fucking 7 picks for Ricky's draft. So I get shit on for
Everybody's got
Lonnie
to move
Walker
somewhere.
at 24, but
I'm just
we're
saying,
gonna
it
trade.
shocked
We're
me.
gonna switch guys up and down. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean Ricky having Luka fall as far as he does,
it's not too crazy.
it pangs me.
It's only
He had him at
because
8
of the
before.
trades. No, 7.
7, my bad.
Yeah. It's
So-
only it's the thing that's going to make Luka fall is how many moves there are, and if teams are moving for other players, which just bounces them down.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
We are right now. We are 12 days away from the NBA draft. Let us
Excited.
know what you think about our mock draft 6.0. And you guys are at VidCon. Maybe I'll put out a 7.0 real quick if things really shake
Yeah.
up, if trades happen. But for right now, this is our final mock draft. So let us know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. This is maybe a 4-hour podcast. I don't know. This is insane. But let us know. Give us some love down below. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/mostvaluable podcast. Don't forget to check out Most Valuable Podcast so you don't miss any of the stuff we post. Also check out our shop on Most Valuable Podcast. And if you're listening on iTunes, don't forget to rate us 5 stars. Leave a nice comment as well. And if you feel so gracious, do it to the fast break. Do it for the onside kick. Do it for the Primetime Podcast, Rick and Johnny, and a graphic conversation. But for Dave Oster, for Ricky Widmer, I'm Sean Anderson. And I'll be painting my face purple when LeBron goes to Los Angeles.
Purple and gold, baby.
When he goes to the Lakers. Not.